after nearly 10 years of OutKick being an independent business that I owned, over the last year or so, we have had a lot of different media companies asking about acquiring OutKick. I have never taken any sort of venture capital money or anything of that nature. And I spent a lot of time thinking about what the future of OutKick should look like, how big we can become, and how influential we can be. And we are right now very profitable and a very successful business, but I want to give us an opportunity to have jet fuel. And I wrote about this, and I encourage you to go read it if you really care a great deal about the ownership structure of the company. If you don't care, you can just let this go, your eyes may glaze over and you might not care at all about this. But let me explain. Nothing's going to change, right? So if you just like to watch this video and you just like to listen to our content, nothing in terms of what OutKick produces is going to change. I'm still the president of OutKick. I'm still running the site. We are just going to have a lot more people working at OutKick, and we're going to be producing a lot more of the content that you love. That is what is going to happen. In terms of decision making, I hope you guys watched my testimony in front of the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee focused on big tech and antitrust law. One of the biggest challenges to a business like OutKick is the power of all these big tech companies. Facebook can turn off traffic to OutKick. Twitter can turn off traffic to OutKick. Social media sites in general can decide that stories we write or share displease them, and they can use that as a weapon to knock our overall ability to make money from a site traffic perspective. And as I sat and thought a lot about the growth of OutKick, I believe that one of the things that needed to happen is we needed to have a partner that was big enough, that supported all the different arms of OutKick: sports, pop culture, politics, opinion-based writing in general, sports gambling, all of the different things that we do well. I needed to find a media company that could house all of that and already loved what we were producing and wanted to add jet fuel to that production quality. And Fox was the best option. We talked to a lot of people bid on OutKick. We had discussions for months with a variety of different companies as they would come forward. And frankly, Fox was the best possible destination for us. In terms of my life, not a lot going to change. I'm super rich now, in case you wonder. I never expected that I would be as rich as I am now. But I don't really want my life to change because I'm having a good time doing exactly what I'm doing. So that's the storyline. So if you hate OutKick already, you should be terrified because we're going to be a lot bigger and better than we ever have been before, and we're going to torment you and your pathetic life even more than we already did. And if you loved us, you should be excited because we're going to have more and better content featuring more and better content producers in the days, the weeks, and the months ahead. So that's the background. Again, I'm not going anywhere. I think most of you will not really even notice a difference in the overall content because everybody that is under contract to work with us now is going to continue to work with us going forward. OutKick is 10 years old, almost. During the course of that 10 years, there's been a lot of evolution in the brand and in the business. We've continued to grow and expand and sometimes change dynamically as the marketplace has changed around us as well. So change is a constant of any successful business. But in terms of your experience and what it's going to be like and what I'm going to be like, I can tell you I'm not changing anything. And for better or worse, I've got so much money now that I really don't have to change anything, right? Like if people try to cancel me, I can't be canceled. I'm uncancelable now. So I'm always going to be able to say and going to tell you exactly what I think, whether you agree or disagree. And I believe that OutKick is going to stay committed to 4 key principles that I identified a long time ago: smart, original, funny, and authentic. That's what we're going to try to do every single day with the company. So I'm excited about it to the extent that you care deeply about a decision like this. I appreciate that because it means you care deeply about our brand and about our company and about your connection to it. I would encourage you to go read the column that I put up yesterday that explains this decision in a monster detail. But ultimately, I made the decision that is fantastic for my family. And the simple truth of the matter is this: no member of my family, no son of mine, no daughter of mine in the event that somehow we end up having more kids, no grandchild is ever going to have to worry about money. So, and my wife can't complain when I lose money now sports gambling because it's almost impossible for me to lose what we got. So it's a good feeling as a dad and certainly as a mom. I speak for my wife as well, to know that you have provided basically whatever your kids could need, whatever your grandkids could need, and whatever great-grandkids you might have, what they could need in order to put their lives in a great spot as well. So that's where I am. That's what I did. Otherwise, I don't think that you're going to see me change very much because, frankly, for better or worse, I haven't changed very much for most of my life. I'm the same guy that I was when I didn't have any money at all when I graduated from law school. And I think just about everybody who knows me would say, for better or worse, Clay Travis for the last 20 years has kind of stayed the same while the world has gone crazy around him. And I think what's so important about OutKick and why Fox is such a great partner is, I've said this for a long time, if OutKick didn't exist, there wouldn't be anyone in sports media publishing and telling the stories and argument and making the arguments that we are in all of sports media. And I think that's also true to a large extent of the Fox Corporation, particularly when it comes to opinion. Whether you agree or disagree with them, Fox allows the marketplace of ideas to thrive, and they are huge supporters of the First Amendment, and that's why we fit in so well with everything that they are going to be able to produce. And I think this gives us the power to not ever have to worry about big tech throttling us, trying to destroy our business. I think this gives us the power to go out and get even better talent. And frankly, since this announcement occurred, I've never seen, my phone has basically been blown up for the last 24 hours, essentially, since this news broke yesterday, with people who want to come to work at OutKick. A lot of them people that you know and that you have watched, that you have read, who feel that our industry has become so absurdly ridiculous that they can't say what they actually believe, and they see OutKick as a paragon for free speech in the industry of sports media and more, and in that, I believe they are correct. So I want to close this kind of opening discussion about the future of OutKick by saying thank you to all of you out there who have had my back from the moment that I started writing online.